ስስዕውን የደንቁር ስስዑ ለጊዜ አእምሮ ምዝብል كنا أحسبني ولا توم غريسيلز بحالو حيالات تغونون دهر سسع عبليلوهم كم تزقبوا ما يسورهنهم عدي جبالو عدي جبالو بعد من يمتلو بعد من يمتلو
Greetings to everyone wherever you may be. We hope everything is well with you and your families. Today, we hope to examine together why we, Eritreans, have not been progressing politically, socially, and economically. Politically, Eritrea is under a one-man rule. The opposition who struggle for justice and change have not yet managed to unite the efforts, mobilize the people, and bring hope and the desired change. It is therefore important to examine ourselves and check what the obstacles are. Self-examination leads to self-knowledge, and self-knowledge can lead us to greater success. If we don't examine and know ourselves, we are deemed to be repeating our mistakes and failures again and again. One way of knowing ourselves is by examining our own behaviors individually and collectively. For each of us contributes positively or negatively to the situation in our country. Each of us, whether those managing or mismanaging our country, their supporter, the silent majority, or those who struggle for change, all play a part in the progress or regress of our country and in alleviating or worsening the burden of our people. An Italian economic historian called Carlo Cipolla, in his essay The Basic Laws of Human Stupidity, divided humans into 4 categories based on their behavior. They are the helpless, the intelligent, the stupid, and the bandits. Let us use Cipolla's categories to examine our own behavior and actions. Who are the helpless people? They are those whose actions help or benefit others without benefiting or helping themselves. In other words, pain for themselves and gain for others, or a lose-win category. The second group, the intelligent people, are those whose actions benefit themselves and others. These are the wise who act justly or fairly and behave towards others as they would like others to behave towards them, a win-win approach. The third group are the stupid people. They are those who do not help themselves or help others. Their actions cause losses to others, while they themselves derive no gain and even possibly incur losses or a lose-lose situation. The fourth group, the bandits, are those who benefit or help themselves at the expense of others, or they gain while causing loss to others. It is a win for the bandits and loss for the victims, or a lose-win category. For example, 20 national service members are ordered to work on the farm that belongs to General Philippos. They have no choice but to work. They sow, weed, and harvest. At the end, all of the produce goes to General Philippos, and the national service members get nothing. He gains or benefits, while those who labor gain nothing. Hence, the national service members act as helpless, while General Philippos acts as a bandit or a thief who steals the labor of others. Another example, Aman, has a construction business. He employs workers on mutual agreements or contracts. The workers perform their tasks according to plan, and Aman pays them accordingly. It is a win-win as both sides benefit. Aman achieves his plan, and the workers get paid accordingly. In this regard, a man acts intelligently. A stupid person, on the other hand, is like a man who sets fire to his neighbor's house because his neighbor angered him. He gains or benefits nothing by causing loss to his neighbor. And if the fire spreads and burns his own house, he also loses further, a lose-lose situation. The stupid person acts in a manner that causes always damage or loss to others, without benefit or gain, and even loss for himself. How do the four categories relate to our current politics? We can safely assume that the majority of Eritreans, whether at home or in the diaspora, fit in the category of helpless. In Eritrea, people such as the national servicemen and women have duties and obligations but no rights. Let alone in affairs of the country, they have no say in managing their own lives. They have to do what they are ordered to do, even if it is for private purposes of those in power. If they refuse, ask questions, or demand for some rights, they are severely punished. Eritreans in the diaspora, even those so-called supporters of the PFDJ, are also in the helpless category. As our people at home, we have no say at all in the affairs of our country. The PFDJ supporters have obligations to pay 2% of their salaries, and they make ad hoc contributions. But they have no rights even to know how the money they contribute has been used, let alone to have a voice in how the country is managed. It is taxation without representation. The only difference from people at home is that they have a choice to say no, or enough is enough, without suffering imprisonments or physical suffering. Bandits are greedy. Let's listen to what Mr. Isaiah says about the greedy based on his own experience.
سسعون يدونكوري سسعون لجزي عمره مزبولي كنا أحسبني ولاتهم جريسيلز بحالو حيالات تغنون دهر سسع عبلي لهم كم تزقبوا ما يسورهنهم.
Greed is a selfish desire for money, fame, power, and other. A selfish desire for something more than you need or deserve. The greedy officials or bandits in power in Eritrea use the nation's human and natural resources to accumulate wealth and power for themselves. They are the parasites who suck the blood of their people. In our country, where institutional checks and balances do not exist, corruption has become rampant or a normal mode of doing business. What about the diaspora Eritreans, and especially those of us who claim to struggle for justice? Don't we have bandits like those at home who use the Eritrean people and their cause for justice to benefit themselves or to promote their personal ambitions? Don't we have those who talk about justice, democracy, and freedom of speech, but in practice stir up conflicts and foster mistrust by focusing on issues that separate us rather than on those that unite us? Do you think that they don't know that we cannot succeed against PFDJ unless all of us join our hearts and minds in the struggle? We believe such individuals or groups would sacrifice the Eritrean people and the country to the highest bidder, as long as that suits their personal ambitions. Lord, protect me from my friends. I will take care of my enemies, our ancestors prayed. How do the intelligent and the stupid persons relate to our current national politics? According to Chipola, a fraction of the people are stupid, and they are found amongst all social groups, irrespective of gender, level of education, or type of profession. And when a country is dominated by stupid people and bandits, as currently in Eritrea, it goes downhill in terms of political and economic development. On the contrary, if the intelligent people manage to control or check the actions of the bandits and stupid people, the country moves forward. In Eritrea, as indicated before, the majority of our people are helpless. Many of the government officials, including the military leaders, are bandits or corrupt. Corruption is very much encouraged, as it gives Mr. Isaias, who is more dangerous than the bandits, a free hand to do as he pleases, even if it means setting fire to his neighbor's house. Intelligent Eritreans who attempted to control the destructive power of the stupids and bandits have either been imprisoned, killed, or banished from the country. What about our struggle for justice? Has it been progressing? This is a rhetorical question, for we all know the struggle for justice has not been able to check or dent the destructive power of the stupids and the bandits inside and outside the country. As it is for a country, it is also for any organization or struggle, and unless the actions of a high fraction of intelligent people check or bring under control the actions of the stupid people and the bandits, progress is impossible. Thank God we have intelligent and wise Eritrean men and women. It is their win-win or the give and take approach or actions that unite people and empower and mobilize the helpless. At the end of the day, what they all want to see is a country where everyone has a voice and a place. The question is whether there is a conducive environment for such people in the struggle for change. The bandits and justice seekers, on the other hand, would like a country that benefits them personally or in group. This may be financial gain or personal fame. They are like wolves in a sheep's cloth, as corrupt as the bandits in the government. Had all justice seekers worked in the interest of the Eritrean people, why do we have multiplication of political organizations or civil societies? The interests of the Eritrean people are the same. It is to free themselves from the burden of PFDJ and to live in peace and harmony in their own country. On conclusion, we believe that unless the intelligent or wise Eritreans control the bandits and the stupids and empower and mobilize the helpless, our struggle for justice will not progress. We have a lot of intelligent Eritreans with no agenda of their own, who do their best to help us unite our efforts to end the brutal regime at home. For the end of the brutal regime is good for all of us. On the other hand, there are those who, as the regime at home, thrive on our divisions and infighting. Instead of focusing on the main issue of freeing ourselves from PFDJ, they continue to stir the fire of mistrust amongst us and stress on issues that divide us rather than those that unite us. There will be a time and place to sort out issues that divide us. That is when we have an elected government at home. Let us now focus on what unites us. It is good to look at ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves in which category we belong or fit. Thank you for your time, your comments, and your support.
ويوم زحاسو ويوم زوكرو مسحهم بلعهم أنت غيت درو نحنا نبلنا يوم أي قبرنا نقالو سبعي بسبعي دوم حوو يمو حسو أنت غنم قولي بسرو بالله حسو الملاحهم من نسو بسماي كي تغفسو الملاحهم من نسو بإذن الله كي تغفسو عدي جبالو عدي جبالو بعد من ينزهلمو بعد من ينزهلمو